you did this for attention. You did this so people would come out and say they support you and feel sorry for you. And that's fine if you did that. I mean, it's pretty obvious that that's what you were doing. That's why you posted these things. But let's.
Hey guys, it is Tristan with Nerdette's Newsstand, and I want to talk about some foolishness that is going around. And I meant to make a video about this late last night, but it just got too late, so let's talk about it now. Now, I have been very vocally bipolar when it comes to The Last of Us 2. As far as the storyline goes, I really didn't appreciate it until I played the entirety of the game, right? And I still am playing it on New Game Plus, but there are people that are very critical of the game, and that is absolutely right. And I think if you are critical of something real when it comes to the game, go for it. I completely agree with your right to do so. I am going to talk about the foolishness at the beginning of this video, the little clip I showed, but let's talk about what started this all. Now, Laura Bailey is a completely professional, very talented voice actress. Now, she plays the character of Abby. She plays a lot of characters, right? But in this instance, we are going to be talking about Abby. And there has been, obviously, a lot of hate for that character. I particularly didn't care for the character even up until a few days before, the release of this game, until I actually went through the steps, of the story. Did I actually care for this character? And she has quickly became my favorite character in the game for a lot of different reasons, but I've done videos on that. I'm not going to talk about that. What I want to talk about is the fact that yesterday on her personal Twitter, we have seen her posting a few screenshots of different death threats she has received. Now, for one, it is foolish to not be able to separate someone who plays the character from the fictional character that they play. She is not Abby. She did not control how this went. She did not write this story. She did nothing except for voice a part and collect a paycheck because of the talent she possesses. So to send her death threats and for any reason is foolish. Even if you don't like the game, don't be sending death threats. That's absolutely disgusting behavior. But to not be able to separate that is a little worrisome, period, right? People should know the difference. So what she said was, man, I try to only post positive stuff on here, but sometimes this just gets a little overwhelming. I blacked out some of the words because of spoilers. Side note, thank you all who are sending me positive messages to balance it out. It means more than I can say. And I actually want to show you, what was said, of course. But I want to show you why I say Laura Bailey is so professional. I believe there was something going around that she called people bots, which I don't know anything about. I tried to look it up and couldn't find it. So that's silly. But there was obviously review bombing. We know it happened. And it's people that didn't, hadn't played the game and didn't enjoy what direction they thought the game was taking. So it was obviously there. So we'll look at these. They're disgusting. But I want you to keep in mind as we look at these that these are obviously blacked out. These are obviously a segment of which she received. I'm going to kill you because I'm assuming they are speaking about the Joel situation in The Last of Us 2. I'm going to find where you live and slaughter you for what you did to, again, Joel. Mark my fucking words. That person is super serious. They said, mark my words. Ugh. I will stab you. You want to say, you should die, bitch. Fuck you. You ruined. Okay, remember that one specifically. So, I hope your parents die by a hard cancer for killing, obviously, again, Joel. I will find you, and I will kill your child, your kid, for what you did. Fuck you, Abby. Go fuck yourself. Again, people unable to separate art from artists, okay? This is unacceptable in any degree. I just shared a video the other day of some of the death threats I had received, and I know how they affect me. I know the first time I received one and how it felt. Now, as a public figure, yes, it's gonna happen, unfortunately so, but that does not justify the existence of it happening. It doesn't justify the existence of this terrible putrid hate that she has received. So much so that people literally made fake screenshots, right? They literally tried to make fake screenshots of stuff that she never said, right? Yes, I had to fill in and do mocap for some scenes for The Last of Us 2. This is standard in the business. Even Neil had to fill in with some scenes with me too. That screenshot was fabricated. People want to hate this game so badly, they make stuff up. Not only that, but they photoshopped a picture too, right? And it was reported by a couple YouTubers that it was real. I don't understand. If you want to hate the game for the story, for the direction, for the death of Joel, for something real, then hate it for something real. Criticize and dislike it for something real. But when you are trying, to find new things every day to hate something for, so much so that you have to literally make stuff up. Literally make stuff up. That has gotten beyond ridiculous. So, that one screenshot I told you to remember, right? The person actually said, that was me. I am a really big fan of this game now, and when it happened at the beginning of the game, I could not control myself. My psychological state became difficult. I could not breathe, but when I played with Abby, they understood, right? That person literally apologized. Like, that takes a big person to do so. Takes a little person to, actually say that. Like, that's dumb. You're going to the voice actor. But when you realize and then publicly apologize for it, I have a lot of huge respect for that. And then she goes, thank you for the apology. And they made up. But the rest of these are unacceptable. And she even had to go, a while back, go as far as to say, I can't believe this needs to be clarified, but at no point in the game did I film any scene with Neil. Everything I did was alongside phenomenally talented and professional actors. Play the game, then give your opinions. If you still don't like it, that's fine. And that's right, because everyone was trying to say, the mocap when it came to Manny in the actual death scene was Neil spitting on Joel. That's not true. There is a separate voice actor that plays that character. There is separate people that play these characters. And then the same thing with the Abby sex scene. Trying to say that, it was just put in there because Neil wanted to mocap a sex scene with Laura Bailey. Simply not true. All of these things people have done to overhate and hate and hate and hate are just illegitimate. They are just completely wiped out because they're not real things. You're making up things at this point. Now, if you're going to say, I don't like it because I don't like the revenge plot or this or that, that's fine. I have no problem with that. But when you're going to the extremes some people have gone to make up stuff, it's gotten ridiculous. Now let's talk a little bit about the beginning here, right? Because I think this was completely disgusting. It was actually one of my YouTubers I watch every video of up until recently when all of them turned into Naughty Dog. And then I just scaled back. I stopped watching those specific videos, would watch the other stuff, and then this was the final straw for me. So I want to talk a little bit about this video from Ryan Kinnell because it's honestly really, really sad. But he says in his video tens of thousands of interactions, and she showed 6 examples. Right? You can tell that this was put together, right? Are you honestly going to tell me that you think in your heart of heart that she only received 6 death threats? Come on, be real, Ryan. I received that a week. She probably just picked the worst of the worst, put them together, and brought, showed what is going on because it's been a constant attack on this character. And the majority of her interactions being good doesn't justify the threat. And that's exactly what your whole video is. You're trying to justify this, right? Because the majority of her interactions are good. These 6 are okay. No, it is never okay to weaponize this hate. It is never okay to, send death threats, period. And then he talks about, there's going to be this active campaign to lump the microscopic group of people with the people who hate The Last of Us Part 2. You're probably correct on that one, but it's the same thing you do with all SJWs, all liberals, all leftists, all Last Jedi fans, so don't act innocent. We all use generalized terms from time to time, and that is probably what's going to happen. We've seen it happen before, but it still doesn't make these things okay. In no way, shape, or form is ever trying to say you're going to kill someone's parents or their child ever okay. So where I drew the line, though, and that's what I showed you in the beginning, was she did it for attention. That is an absolutely disgusting, completely disgusting statement. She didn't deserve this. And she brought awareness to that. And you call that attention seeking. Anybody that has a channel online, you and me, geeks and gamers, anybody, is asking for attention. That's how you get clicks. Your Fuck Naughty Dog campaign was attention seeking. I got a copyright strike when I released it. It was just the day before. But pre-game footage of Jack's ending for Mortal Kombat, and I got a copyright strike for it. Did I make a million videos about it? No! You are allowed to, but don't say that's not attention seeking. I made a video the other day about the death threats that I received, when I was vocally talking about, Comics Gator, Black Lives Matters, whatever it was, and, justice for Johnny Depp. Is that attention seeking? No! That's showcasing something. There is a difference. Also, Tug, that umbrella guy, regularly outs the threats that he receives, and he receives a lot of them. He and Yellow Flash both monetize their haters on a normal, basis. Nothing wrong with that. But you're calling that attention seeking. Do you see how hypocritical this is? They are allowed to do that. She is allowed to do that. I guess you're allowed to call it attention seeking, but the thing to me is you're giving gamers that want to critique this game in particular. We're talking about The Last of Us 2. You're giving the gamers that have real critiques of this bad name by being garbage about it. And that's what it is. Calling that attention seeking is really, really low. Really low. She didn't ask for those threats. She didn't. But she is allowed to talk about them, especially when it comes to her child. That is so wrong. Anyways, so obviously, moral of the story, characters are different than the people that play them. It shouldn't be that hard to grasp this concept. Don't ever send somebody death threats, ever. Especially because you disagree with the character they play. That is the lowest of the low. And it is not attention seeking. It is simply bringing to light the fact that people cannot separate these things, look at her like Abby, make up fake shit, and then go along with their day by saying, oh yeah, by the way, I'm going to kill your kid. No, it's not okay. Anyways, let me know, of course, what you guys think about this, what you thought about Laura Bailey as Abby. I think she did a fantastic job. Never a problem with her voice acting. I don't even have any criticism of it, to be honest with you. She did great. So anyways, let me know what you guys think, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye. Hey guys, I want to give a huge shout out to my Patreon and subscribe stars. You guys literally make this channel possible. Huge thank you to Cage the Mick, Robert Mick Twiz, Black Knight Fool, Brucey, Chris Z, David L, David Rafford, Jeffrey Allen Carnes, Mighty Paws, Mike Buckner, Maizen Barbosa, Ruskar, Ryan Decker, Robert Hoffman, and Doc Holliday. You guys are absolutely amazing, and thank you so much for all your support. Don't forget on the way out to like as always if you enjoy the content and hit subscribe. And I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.